Sustainability has become a big buzzword in business. A report by Accenture and the World Economic Forum that came out last year found that 98% of CEOs believe it is their job to make business more sustainable. But many of those CEOs are also concerned that sustainability could hurt their bottom line. For that reason, tangible action remains somewhat elusive. Today, we will discuss whether businesses need to choose between profitability and sustainability. We will look at the evolving sustainability landscape, the immediate challenges businesses need to solve, and how next-gen leaders can unlock business value from sustainability initiatives. So welcome to this Times Techies webinar. I'm Sujit John. With me, my colleague Shilpa Fadnis. The two of us will moderate this discussion, which we are having in association with IBM. And to discuss the subject, we have with us two very seasoned professionals. We have Satish Talmale. Satish is Chief Operating Officer at IndiGrid. IndiGrid is a pioneering power sector infrastructure investment trust, boasting about $3.2 billion in assets under management, with significant backing from investment firm KKR. Satish drives IndiGrid's strategic goals, ensuring safe, reliable, and resilient operational management of assets while fostering sustainable growth. He has over 24 years of experience. He has spearheaded the setup of 1 gigawatt of wind renewable capacity and has played a pivotal role in revitalizing the Dabhol power plant. Prior to IndiGrid, Satish held key leadership positions at Ingersoll Rand and GE Power. Welcome, Satish.
And we have Chittaranjan Meher. We've had Chittaranjan before on this platform. He is the country leader for Sustainability Software Business Unit in IBM Technology, India and South Asia. Chittaranjan is an enterprise business management technology leader with over 22 years of experience in the global technology products and services sector. In his current role, Chittaranjan oversees sales and technical teams dedicated to delivering advanced software solutions that empower enterprises to achieve their sustainability objectives. Chittaranjan has been in IBM for the last 17 years and has held key leadership positions, including client director, where he drove global strategic initiatives in digital transformation, intelligent automation, cloud, data, and AI. Welcome, Chittaranjan.
Thank you.
Those of
Nice
you
to be in this.
who are viewing this, thank you so much. Those of you who are viewing this can send in comments through the Facebook comment box. Sujit and I will put them to Satish and Chittaranjan. This question is to both of our panelists today, Satish and Chittaranjan. On one side, we hear sustainability has now become table stakes for companies and the market is demanding it. On the other hand, we also hear that sustainability could adversely impact profitability and leaders, after all, are assessed on profitability. Can these two coexist, both sustainability and profitability?
Satish, why don't you start?
Sure. Thank you, Shilpa, and thanks for providing this opportunity. Thanks, IBM. Thanks, Times. So coexist. I think it's a very pertinent question, very important question. I think there is no alternate in today's emerging world. Rather, the whole world is going through VUCA challenges, as we know. Sustainability has become and is becoming integral part of every activity what we do to survive in this planet. Especially personally, I have been experiencing in last 5-6 years, the entire ecosystem is trying to adapt it in a manner that it becomes integral part of business strategy until execution. Adoption of sustainability framework in day-to-day operating activities to enhance business process efficiency and is long-term annuity is very, very important. And without that, there is no other option to become a very profitable, sustainable business.
So why do you think some business leaders worry about, that these are these heavy expenditures? It takes a lot of time to recover these kind of investments, or what? Why this conflict between sustainability and profitability? At least in the minds of some leaders.
Yeah, so it depends. So I can talk about IndiGrid because it's relatively a new setup, kind of one of the largest successful startup in the country. We started 5 years before and we had an opportunity to start with the right things. So that burden is not there if we start in a most integrated manner. So whenever we explore and put up our strategy, we always start with sustainability framework so that we run for it at least for 35, 50 years till the life of the asset. And that's a mantra which helps not to take it as a burden, but it becomes like your normal annual operating planning discussion. If you do that in a very standalone manner, keeping your external and internal stakeholders away from it, then definitely it will be act as a burden. And it's quite a high capital intensive business we are talking about, depending on the nature of operating activity particular business goes through. But unless it is planned properly, strategically invested properly, it won't be very, very successful. Otherwise, it would become more like a paper trail exercise to showcase to the world. But on actual implementation, it will be far away from reality.
Okay, I'll come back to more of that a little later on your personal experiences and all that. But Chittaranjan, tell us, I mean, same thing, but also give us an idea when we use the word sustainability. What exactly does it mean?
Yeah, I think I'll echo with the voice of Satish, and absolutely, sustainability is the uh, other side of the coin of the profitability, and sustainability and profitability go together. So I can say that they not only can but coexist for sustainable long term growth, and the intersection of sustainability and profitability is not a trade off but a synergistic opportunity waiting to be harnessed. Sustainability is increasingly becoming a prerequisite for competitiveness in the market. If anybody is going to the market, they have to be sustainable to be a competitive. It is no longer just about compliance, it is about strategic advantage in the market. And business that integrate sustainability into their core strategy often see the improvement in the efficiency, they reduce the cost, they enhance the brand reputation, and better risk management. All the things are come along with the sustainability, and that is positively affecting the profitability part. From our perspective at IBM, we see the business no longer have a choose between sustainability and profitability. It is clear that those two integrate sustainability into their operations tend and outperform their peers. So we are having a one IBM business study called IBB, IBM Business Value Study, and we also find out from the CXO that beyond the checking the box for sustainability, organization in India that embedded sustainability are 90% more likely to outperform their peers on profitability. So it is a competitive advantage, it is a profitability, and they are having a competitive advantage against their competition. Many of our clients, like IndiGrid, have successfully integrated both. The key lies in leveraging both advanced technology like AI, cloud solution. For instance, with IBM Maximo application suite, business can manage their asset more efficiently, predict, prevent breakdowns, and maintain compliance with safety and regulatory guidelines. So here I just want to analyze what we do as a solution of IBM Maximo and NVG together to achieve the sustainability ambition and how they are achieving the profitability. So IBM Maximo application suite helps organization to integrate sustainability and profitability by optimizing asset management, enhancing operational efficiency, ensuring regulatory compliances. With predictive maintenance, Maximo reduces downtime and extend asset lifespan, leading to cost saving and reduced conversion. So the point is the cradle to your crack. So all these things from the asset perspective we take care of that. And next part is energy management. Features enable monitor and optimizing use, lowering utility cost and environment impact. That also we do. And with the help of NVG, the energy efficiency opportunity and track emissions, supporting both sustainability and profitability goal. Integrating with Maximo, NVG provides a comprehensive view of operational and environmental performance, facilitating data-driven decision for a improved resource management and compliance. And this comprehensive approach not only improves profitability but also supports sustainability business practice. So the our approach for the enterprise is to basically connect, collect, analyze, and report through Maximo and NVG together. So that is basically helping the enterprise to achieve their profitability goal. Satish, Sujit.
Okay, so you're saying, of course, compliance is one part of it, so that you don't get into trouble with regulators. That you're all of that sustains the business. The other part is that you're also increasing the life of all your assets and all that, ensuring, I mean, predicting what could fail and therefore doing it proactively, and therefore uh, ensuring no downtime, assets last longer, all of that, and also emissions. Those
Right.
are also controlled. These are some of the elements of sustainability that you are looking at. These are the and what you're tracking through data. Is it?
Yes, absolutely. So here we have also defined approach for the customers. We are having a four-stage approach, I told you, and in that every approach we are having complete latest high-tech technology to back up that thing. Like when we are talking about connect, we are connecting through our IoT platform, which is all OT and IT devices of the enterprise will be connected. That is the connect part. Then collection part is very important, how we integrate all those applications and collect data from that, because data is the starting point of the journey. So how we are getting a correct data through our AI, advanced AI, that is responsible AI. Right now we are talking about watsonx ML. Then we are talking about here how you are collecting the data from the maximum mobile devices, how you are using digital twin to take beam data, and how you are using your predictive analytics by using our advanced analytics. So that is the collection part. Then we do the analyze through different high tech technology. And then coming to reporting, we report through NVG. So NVG give a view of where you are today on the achieving the sustainability goal and where you want to go as per your set benchmark, because all the world is targeting to be a carbon zero by 2070, and every enterprise are having their own agenda. So how you are going and achieving that agenda of yours? Somebody has taken 200 to the 2035, 2040, 2040, 2045. They have taken different agendas. So how you are achieving and where are you? What are the remedy you have to do that? So
Okay.
that is our approach in a holistic way.
Okay. Satish, I mean, IndiGrid owns, operates, and manages power transmission networks and renewable energy assets throughout India. Give us an idea. I mean, what steps has IndiGrid taken towards sustainability? You mentioned, of course, something, but also explain that little point that you mentioned about, when you cannot be standalone, you have to work with stakeholders and all that. That point was also interesting. I thought you could elaborate on that. But before
Sure.
that, I mean, what are some of the steps that you've taken towards sustainability?
Fine. Thanks, Sujit. And so basically for any adoption to any framework, be it sustainability or what Chitto was mentioning about digital transformer, transformative technologies, the business vision and use case has to be very clear. So let me talk about little bit flavor of what we do and what is our vision and what are the core objective. Our simple core objective, which is aligned with our vision for sustainable, profitable growth, is to generate predictable cash flows for long-term period like 25 to 35 years with utmost safety, reliability, and with a diverse set of geography, complexity, different terrains, and whole sort of challenges, be it a forest, be it a rivers, right from Kashmir to extreme south, right from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh. So very remote area, these assets are spread. And there are uncertainties, there are climate effects which are happening, and it has a huge impact on the way assets are managed. So, how do we mitigate that risk is something which we come out with a very good framework, which we kind of integrated with our day-to-day operational activities. And while we're doing that, we realize that we need a strong digital enablement wherein all the data is coming at one place. And the way Chittu was looking at it, that there are tons of data sources, but how do we make smart decision out of it? Moving shift from one approach to another approach, how do we make it faster? How do we bring those capabilities in terms of people who are doing day-to-day activities? So all those aspects are coming together when we design any any steps what we have taken towards sustainability. So few of the examples what we have done I can mention. For example, we are cutting across thousands of villages, communities, and biodiversity elements. Our effort is to ensure that our field staff is recognize how these elements are critical for the sustainable operation. And either it's environmental issues, safety issues, reliability, health, or even social commitment with the external stakeholder, because finally we are passing through all the tribal areas and all the villages and disturbing their ecosystem. So when we look at this data gives enormous information how to create that win-win approach. How do we make their ecosystem better while we achieve our development objective as well? So the platforms like DigiGrid, so we called our own platform called DigiGrid, wherein Maximo IBM solution is part of it. And we kind of adapted it for our operation, and it is really helping us to improve our operational efficiency. And as we say, data is gold mine. And because of that, a lot of smarter decisions are happening on day-to-day basis. Second one example I would state is net zero objective. So we bought in a technology like IoT data coming together from all our substations, which consumes enormous amount of auxiliary power. So how do we substitute that? I think again data has helped us that there is a room to deploy solar generation coupled with battery storage system. So today I can proudly say that couple of substations are net zero. We are consuming zero electricity from thermal or fossil fuel generation. So those are the initiatives which will bring, which is a perfect marriage of strategy with the right framework and then right intent, coupled with digital platforms like Maximo. That's how it makes it very successful. Yeah.
This data that you collect, you said, or even from the villages and all of that, mostly automated data, or the field staff are also giving you data. How does it work?
So there are both the modes, like there are OT systems like SCADA, PLCs, and other business platforms wherein data comes through sensors, which is automatically fed. And there are few set of data which comes through manual input. So we have given our field staff all iPads and mobile pads wherein they punch in all the critical information. So it doesn't matter how you collect the data, we can make that smart. But important is to collect data in an efficient manner, in a sanitized manner, so that we have right structure in place to make those smart decisions through artificial intelligence. And now we have generative AI coming in. So how we can leverage that as a technology to make it even better. So for example, vegetation is a big challenge what we encounter. So one way I feel that we should take care of every plant, but then at the same time, if the tree height goes to certain clearance, the line will trip and it would create power outages in the significant part of the country. So how do we have a balanced approach? So those are the decisions these technologies can help on the ground.
So how do you deal with that?
So it's simple. We have done now drone modeling with satellite-based technology as well as drone-based technology. We are feeding that image analytics and running an AI program on that, which tells us when the tree will grow rather than going blind and cutting all the branches of the tree. We have a scientific method to focus where it is really required and which will cause shutdowns rather than cutting 1,000 branches of tree. Or there is another solution, only sacrifice 100 rather 1,000 and replant them somewhere else within our premises or with the support of local district administration. So those innovations and those ideas will come once you have very structured data available with us. either
Okay.
through satellite or drones or through manual inputs.
And you're saying despite the use of satellite images, drones, and all of that, and all of these technologies, it's still very viable and profitable for you.
Oh, yes, it took us 3 years to make it viable. But I think thanks to startup ecosystem in the country and couple of new cost innovative technologies, it could become viable. And
Great.
again, same thing, unless you integrate that operating model in your day-to-day business, then it's not a burden. Then it becomes a part of your OpEx model and you continue that effort. And it becomes sustainable for the long term.
Is that so? When you said that you should not look at it as a standalone thing, you should involve the external stakeholders or whatever. So, is that what you meant when you said?
Exactly. Maybe one example I can cite, say we have almost 15,000 towers across the country. Every tower needs attention, used to need attention once in a month. There were times that every month technician used to go. Now, because of that data, we could able to make a decision that at least out of 10,000, 8,000 doesn't need that monthly attention.
Gee,
We can
really?
move it to 6 months, we can move to 1 year. With
Uh-huh.
drone coming in, even we are thinking now to do once in a 2 year without compromising the reliability of the asset. So those decisions can only happen with the data which comes through system like Maximum.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. And you have also sensors and all that in these towers and all that, or what?
Unfortunately, not only in India but globally, nobody puts center on the sensors on the tower. There
Okay.
are few technologies which are upcoming but still in POC stage, like optical fiber, infrared, or even satellite, but not yet successful. We are also exploring to minimize the human effort. You know, the people are doing trek for 3-4 hours to reach to those towers in a high terrain, hilly terrain, like in Kashmir or in Himachal. So how to reduce that human effort? All those efforts are ongoing, but at least we started. We've taken a leap in last 2 years. I think we achieved at least 20% operational cost efficiency and also reducing EHS risk on our field staff. So it has a huge tangible and intangible benefits as we see once we integrate the whole solution as a part of day-to-day operating practices.
Very interesting. Shilpa?
Yeah, hi. This question is to Chittaranjan. In your role, I'm sure you'll be speaking to a lot of companies on their sustainability practices. What do you think are the key gaps that still persist in the industry, and what measures can businesses like yours take to integrate sustainability and profitability more effectively?
Yeah, single sentence answer what Satish has told is that if organization are doing the way IndiGrid is doing, then there is no gap. If somebody is not doing that, then there is a gap. So what Satish has explained how he is adopting the technology, understanding the requirement of the business, and implementing meticulously. That is very very important. Good that we are partnered with IndiGrid and part of their success journey. We are feel proud of that, and this partnership we are really cheering up. And the collaboration of IBM digital transformation in the critical power infrastructure like IndiGrid is very very vital, and we are really proud of this. But other than that, as you rightly ask, what are the key gap? Yeah, we are seeing a lot of gap in the market right now because a lot of people are yet to adopt. This is in a nascent stage of adoption of the sustainability. So what is happening here is that people are thinking the sustainability is a greenwash. They are talking about this, but they are not adopting it meticulously. So we see gap. So I see there are in my conversation with organization, I see there are three gaps on that. Firstly, what basic is that uh, the organization about their sustainability practice, several key gaps consist. Okay, on those are like firstly, there is often a lack of comprehensive data integration and real-time monitoring. That is very, very important. As Satish also told, data integration and real-time monitoring is very, very important. That is the gap which impaired accurate and management of sustainability metrics. Without that, comprehensive data and integration, you cannot go ahead and do the accurate tracking and management of the sustainability metrics. Secondly, many organizations struggles with aligning the sustainability goal with their business objective. Okay, and leading to fragmented effort that do not fully leverage potential synergy. So if both the objective, business objective and sustainability goal are not matching each other and there is a gap, there also we are seeing the challenges. And thirdly, insufficient stakeholder engagement. If you are having a plan, everything in place, but insufficient stakeholder management, both internally and externally, can hinder the adoption of sustainable practice. So these are the three gaps we are seeing in the market. And our study, IBM study also say that beyond the checking the box, what we are right now, a lot of enterprise are doing, found that spending on sustainability reporting exceed spending on sustainability innovation by 38%, indicating a need for more efficient data management and reporting solution. So this is the we have find out from the several study. But to address these three gaps, right, as one of the best example is IndiGrid. To address this gap, business can take several measures. Integrating advanced data analytics platform like IBM Maximo and NVG can provide a holistic view of operational and environmental performance, enabling data-driven decision. Then aligning sustainability initiative with core business strategy ensure that efforts are synergetic and contribute to the overall profitability. Finally, fostering a culture of sustainability through continuous stakeholder engagement and education can drive more effective and widespread adoption of sustainable practices. By addressing these gaps, organization can more effectively integrate sustainability and profitability, creating long-term value for both business and environment. So this is how I see gap and how enterprise can go ahead and adopt, because in the enterprise, as Satish is telling, they are new 5 years and from the beginning they have adopted the technology and going by those solution. But some large organization are there who are having some brownfield project, so they have to we have a approach how we can help the brownfield project as well as greenfield project to adopt the sustainability practices.
In industries in general, Chittaranjan, I mean, when if data is not available or data has not been generally brought together in the way they should be to be able to be analyzed and all that, which is a bigger problem. I mean, data itself is not available, is it? In industries in general, not just, let's say, the power
Yeah,
sector.
data is the main key for tracking the sustainability goal. So data may be available or may not be available. It depends upon how you are adopting the technology. If you are in a manual process, you have to digitize. So fast digitization is the process. So that's why I'll come back to my earlier answer that you once you are having digitized, then you have to connect, then only you'll collect the data. So connectivity part, when we are talking about any digital factory, then we have to have all these their asset should be generating data. So we can collect the data through the sensors, SCADA, or any OT devices or any IT devices. Then only you will able to take the decisions. And our decision are all data driven decision. We cannot go ahead and take the decision without data. So data is the key. That's why we are enabling and helping the customer to how to create correct data through different source and collect those data to basically go ahead and analyze and report that.
And the point
So
about
data
sustainability goals and business goals do not match. Can you give an example? I mean, what exactly should organizations be doing? How exactly should they be going about it?
Yeah, so that one of the key challenges what I have told, the business objective and sustainability goal should match, right? So let's say in Paris met in 2015, global leader met and they have set the benchmark that by 2070 all the organizations should be net zero. And on basis of that, India has set the benchmark of 2050. But all our advanced enterprise have set their own benchmark. Somebody is setting 2030, 2040, or different benchmark. So to once you are setting the benchmark, your objective, when I am going to become a sustainable to the mother earth, then for doing that, what are the action I have to do? If my factory is generating higher CO2, then how can I increase the efficiency of my asset and reducing the cost of operation, so that the my carbon emission will reduce but my production will improve? Because if the organization will grow, they will produce more. That means CO2 will also increase. But we have a solution how we can optimize the efficiency of your asset, so that it will give a more productivity with the less emission of the thing. So likewise, we have to have a complete solution end to end for the entire asset life cycle management of the product, so that it will give more efficient outcome and more ROI for the customers and reduce carbon emission.
Okay. Satish, tell me, I mean, you also, of course, mentioned some 20% gains and all that you mentioned. Otherwise, other than that, some tangible benefits that you can think of with all the measures that you've taken for the earth, for your business, and all of that. You're muted, Satish.
I'm sorry. So yeah, and apart from operational efficiency, which is like bottom line requirement for any kind of a investment, there are many other benefits which come handy. Let me cite few. Like, let's talk about the workforce, which goes through all the pain and do the real work on the ground. The ease of doing activity, ease of doing it safely, that generates a lot of goodwill factor and kind of best workplace from the hygiene and ecosystem perspective. So that is, and they feel very motivated to do the work because a lot of hassles, a lot of unproductive stuff goes away with this technology enablement. And I think one of the successful mantra for that also, how you design your processes so that the digital platform and the process, the standard best-in-class process comes together and it makes people effective to use their day-to-day work. So that's a big benefit we get in the process. People get digitally scaled, and we know the challenges of our scaling, the way the ecosystem is there in country. To accelerate that, these are the opportunities, the way I'm looking at, because especially in power transmission, it's a high labor intensive work. We have thousands of people, technicians working day and night to make sure that power is available 24/7. So that is the biggest tangible benefit I see. Of late, because of all these initiatives, I think there is a very good attention on us in terms of ESG funding. Because if you have good governance practices and looking at a long-term picture, more focus on predictability and driving sustainable, profitable growth, definitely the cost of acquiring capital becomes attractive, and institutions like IFC kind of people are really keen to invest in IndiGrid. So likewise, there are many tangible benefits, but these are the two I thought apart from operational and efficiency.
Okay, these maintenance people, earlier, what would they do and what do they now don't have to do? They have to climb on these towers or more of those towers than now
Exactly.
they know.
Say, for example, with drone, now from one location, we can cover at least 3 towers. And earlier, the person has to go at least for 2 kilometers distance, walk, or maybe drive a car, which is another fuel consumption story, which we can totally eliminate, right? And then the person goes through.
You mean the drone can tell you everything is fine, you don't have to go there, is it?
Exactly. And then the amount of EHS hazard you go to, like the reptiles, snake bites, crossing tough hills and mountains and valleys, all those things we totally take it out from the working environment.
Okay, okay. And for these older power companies and all that, how easy is it to install all of these new methods, Satish? You are a relatively new company, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, I think it's easy. It's, I think, largely about the mindset
Yeah.
and a bit of agility to adapt to the new things. And it also challenges your status quo, what you are doing and how you are doing it, whether are you doing it in a right manner, is it really efficient way of doing it? So those challenging questions will help us to drive such operational efficiency. And the only way to do that is through digital enablement.
Mhm. Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, Shilpa.
Yeah. I think this question is for Chittaranjan. You partly answered this, but if I can ask you this so that you can share your inputs. From your perspective, what do you think is the role and impact that technology companies like IBM play in helping Indian businesses achieve their sustainability goals effectively?
Okay. So yes, right now the our organization is shaped in a such a way to achieve the sustainability goal of of any enterprise or our customer. My experience, technology company like IBM, right, play a vital role for helping Indian business to achieve their sustainability goal effectively. And IBM provides advanced tools and solutions, as I told, as a Maximo, NVG, and which enable comprehensive data integration, real-time monitoring, detailed analytics of sustainability metrics. As I told, these are the three key features: data monitoring and metrics. And these technology help business to optimize resource, reduce energy consumption, and track emission effectively. So net to net, this sustainability and profitability is coming together. How we are bringing together? By bringing the cutting edge technology, and our approach is right now ALM approach, asset lifecycle management. We are not talking only on the enterprise asset management, or we are not talking only about the asset performance management or reliability management. We are combining these three things together, that is EAM, APM, and reliability management together, which includes advanced AI like generative AI, which in IBM we call is at a responsible AI, which is Watson X. Then IoT, machine learnings, beam integration, visual inspection, mobile technology, then AR VR technology and the assist part, then digital twin. All those features are bringing and facilitating basically for a customers to give the predictive maintenance and operational efficiency and reduce downtime, operational cost also getting reduced while while they are achieving the sustainability goal, right? By leveraging every IBM technology and expertise, Indian business can align their sustainability initiative with profitability, drive innovations, and ensure compliance environment regulations, ultimately contributing to a more sustainable future. So, uh, so net to net, when any enterprise wish to become a sustainable, and they are having some kind of sustainability ambition, then we can sell through them from end to end journey. Like so, starting from the as the dream to realization. If they will dream and how they want to realize, we can sell through along with them with our advanced cutting edge technology. And IBM is poised to deliver the ambition of the enterprise customer.
Any what kind of efficiency improvements and all that have you seen, or asset life increases and that kind
Yeah,
of? There's some
correct.
stats, some metrics.
We are
And
having many customers here, Sujit. If I may refer, other than IndiGrid, also many customers are here in India and worldwide. Whether any asset intensive organization, I can refer that let's say take about Indian Air Force is using Maximo for last 10 years, and they are the one of the highest users. And they without the information about their Air Force, which is very critical, without the sortie, the pilot or cannot go ahead and take the sortie of that aircraft. So it is so reliable, and uh, so that they go ahead with the data information before going to the sortie.
You mean
Then when
it's
we're
evaluating the asset, the aircraft itself, is it? It's
aircraft,
figuring
yeah,
out everything
before
is fine
taking
or
the sortie, or before riding the aircraft, they have to evaluate the overall health of the aircraft for any kind of situation, critical situation. They are always in a critical situation.
okay.
So then when we are talking about digital factory, we are talking about Maximo is not only a product which will give you only your solution for asset management, or these three things are bringing all together Industry 4.0 platform, which in turns having their ambition of to become a digital factory. And in the digital factory, we are ensuring zero downtime and zero downtime for them, because that zero downtime means a profitability. So with all our technology, that is what we are ensuring the customers. Like I can refer here as a Coca-Cola as a plant. They are running the plant with the Maximo, where they are having this cutting edge technology of IoT, mobiles, predictive, so that they will not have any kind of downtime for their factory. And they are truly driving the digital factory right now.
Okay. Okay. I want to ask both of you. I mean, cause I mean, all of this requires a lot of, I mean, talent as well. I mean, since a lot of businesses are now talking sustainability, they're embedding that into their core operations and all of that. What kind of people are required to do all of this? Satish, what kind of people are you hiring?
Sure. So this is one very important question and quite a gap in current ecosystem. It's very vital to develop that strategy and a talent development plan, because one is our academic, unfortunately policies doesn't support that aggressively the way it should be, like what we started 2 decades before to keep computers in syllabus. This subject also has to come in syllabus in every stream of education system, right? That it has become that vital, because it's all about mindset. Sustainability, I would personally feel it's all about mindset, the way people look at it. So that is a basic fundamental thing. We are facing a lot of attrition in this area. We hire people, they are kind of become pretty hot demand in the industry, and they exit for the right reason for their future path. But
What kind of
initially,
skills is it, Satish? What specific skills does it require?
so one is, of course, for subject matter expertise, because if the organization, depending on the organization maturity. So for example, if it's a fresh organization, like 3-4 years in the operation, you need quite a senior resource with a subject matter expertise who understand the whole, right from framework, strategy to execution and getting into successful implementation. It also includes coaching, mentoring, and developing organizational capability to take that level. And at the same time, the person needs to understand the business, right? So putting all this together is a not a simple task. It becomes a very niche skill set, which is very rare to get in right now in the ecosystem. Of course, there are big fours and a lot of good freelancers who are helping us right now. However, but as an organization, we also decided to develop our own capability. And our approach is always like, again, to integrate with our day-to-day business. And for that, definitely we'll have few experts like this who will help to develop that capability. But later on, every frontline manager should understand this. Otherwise, it would be like only central function is doing it and the ground level accountability doesn't come, and then there is a far reality with a gap with respect to reality. So those are the things we need to address at across the level of the organization, and that's to support that requirement, the skill set is required. So for example, if it's a very large group and already matured level, I think then the requirements are a bit different, right? Then it becomes business unit specific requirement. They will have specific engagement on, say, driving, say, BRSR adoption. So that specific expertise can come as a part of
BRS,
skill.
what, sorry?
The BRSR, the business responsibility and
Oh,
sustainability reporting.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Which recently SEBI has made mandated last year on top 1,000 companies. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So that will be a specific skill set which person needs to understand and bring it to the organization. So depending on the maturity curve of the organization, we'll have to design the profile and the requirement and align with the business priorities. We have to take it forward. So that skill set is very important to fill this gap on doing business in a more sustainable manner.
What about technical skills and all that
I don't
IBM
think
will bring, is it?
IBM has one platform which definitely collects all the sustainability data, KPIs, and present it in a manner which can make some smarter decision on KPI improvements or SDG goals, what organization has adopted. So these are the tools which are available, but I think the basic acumen on the mindset and culture perspective is also very important. Because more than tool, I think the mindset of the organization and adoption and agility, right from top management to ground level person, is very, very vital. And to navigate that course is not easy. It's a
So you
huge.
did a lot of awareness building and all that, is it?
Yeah, of course. So we are doing this for last 3-4 years. Still, we haven't crossed the bridge. We are still getting there and trying to, take our hands dirty in the subject. And that there are a lot of elements, be it a diversity, the inclusion part, the biodiversity element, environmental social impact assessment, apart from operational parameters. So those are the different new subjects is coming, like climate action point of view, the cyclones, the wind, the flood patterns are changing. So we will have to get ready for those. So as an organization, are we biodiversity expert? Answer is no. So we'll have to bring those strengths and skill set in the organization, the way we take it forward.
So those are still work in progress, you're saying.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Chittaranjan? Same
Yeah,
question.
actually, yeah, same question. I also echo and summarize one important point here that if for aspirant professional who is looking to join sustainability industry, it is a very growing industry, and this is the future industry. What we think is this is the decade of sustainability, because everybody has done their digital transformation, all the industry, and next transformation they are doing is sustainability. So requirement of sustainability professional is very, very highly demanded in the market, and the the foundation to develop a strong professional is two things. He has to be he or she has to be having knowledge on industry as well as on the skill. So industrial skill, basically both the domain is required here. Your industry knowledge and let's say IT knowledge, both are required together. Only IT will not help or only industry will not help for this thing. So that is one of the thing which I see is very, very important if somebody wants to become a sustainability professional. Then after doing that, they have to have an understanding of the sustainability concept, such as carbon footprint measurement, energy management, and sustainable supply chain practices. These are the things they should have a clear cut, in depth knowledge about that. Then only they will become the sustainability professional. And additionally, what I can tell you is that gaining proficiency in using advanced platform and software like IBM, Maximo, or NVG, or any other tool, that is also very important. So first part is your industry knowledge. Second part is the technology knowledge can give them the competitive edge in the market and as they widely used in the industry for sustainable performance management and reporting. So these two combination will give them the edge. So it is very important to cultivate the soft skill like strategic thinking, project management, and effective communication, as these will enable professional to advocate for sustainability initiatives within the organization and drive changes for the organization. And keeping this in mind, the evolving regulations and emerging trend in sustainability, such as crucial economy principles and renewable energy technology, because all these regulators compliance team are coming every time with the different changes to the energy management, their reporting tools or their parameter to measure sustainability. Everything is changing and very dynamic, so the person should be updated and will be in a position to have a knowledge and forward thinking. That is what I think the professional should be. And networking with industry professional, practicing with the relevant workshops and certification, gaining practical and experience through intensive volunteer work can also be enhanced their career prospect in the growing and impactful field. So this is how the 360-degree approach is required, because the sustainability is very dynamic right now and the changing parameters are many. There are many floating parameters which needs to cover by the person to become a sustainability champion.
How long does it take to learn Maximo, for instance?
Yeah, obviously, that is one of the great industry tool to help professional to become expert on the technology part. But other than technology, industry knowledge is very important.
But educational institutions, what is your sense? I mean, what should they start thinking about? What kind of courses, what kind of curriculum should they have in order to
No,
build
right
skills?
now, lot of education institute, whether it is a technology institute or a management institute, they are having a course on asset management. They are having a course on environmental science. So those are already they're adopting. And those people are the right people who can understand this industry very well. That is a founding stone for a candidate to start with.
Satish, any advice to the
So
educational institutions? Sorry, Chittaranjan, you're saying something?
yeah. No. Yeah. Let Satish goes. Yes.
Satish, any advice to the educational institutions?
Yeah, I think same thing what Chitra has said. I think there are courses available now, and of late there is a good traction coming from industry partnership and kind of joining with all the institutions. If institutions can partner with industries who are more progressive in sustainability, I think that's the best combo students can get benefited out of, and they can also come and see practically how it happens. That's the best way to accelerate the education piece, because now we are running out of time looking from climate perspective and all those objectives. Yeah.
Running out of time. So even for mid-level, senior level people and all that, there are courses that they can take to understand this space better.
Yeah, there is a lot of content knowledge available. I think that's not a problem. I think education awareness is not a problem. Yeah.
Okay.
It's about how we bring all those different capabilities together when we think about executing it. That's a real challenge. That's where the experience comes in, and the real execution experience has to come handy. Yeah.
Okay. And we are almost out of time. Can you, both of you, I mean, can you, this thing between, I mean, this perception that sustainability and profitability can go, I mean, they may not match, can come into conflict. Can you summarize what you said and reassure organizations in general that this is a good practice, that you need to integrate sustainability into your business operations, and that will not, in fact, actually it might actually benefit you in terms of profitability. Satish?
Yeah, I think simply put, if question is whether we want to be profitable for say 3 to 5 years or for 50 years, that's a question basically anybody or any management have to answer and look for answers. If it is a 50-year, then definitely sustainability has to be part of it. There is no other thought about it. If people are hesitant, then they will perish and become irrelevant tomorrow, right? Strategy to execution, it should be fully integrated. I feel technology tools are available and it's great to accelerate the journey. But the key is whether sustainability priorities are aligned with business goal. Is there a business case? And then investment on technology will have very subtle ROI, not immediately, but people have to have patience to wait and develop the culture in the organization. And then there are like compounding effect of those benefits which will come handy. So generally for the haste of thing, people look at 3 to 5 year approach and invest and decide, okay, the project is not worth, and then they go back to their business case. So, but I think we can have that upfront plan and business use case for any technology deployment. Last and the most important, I feel, is keep it simple. It's not complex. It's doing the right things first time right. That's what will help the whole ecosystem to achieve our sustainability objective. Yeah.
Wonderful. Chittaranjan?
Yeah, I also echo with the voice of Satish. He has said very well that yes, sustainability and profitability cannot be separated. You are asking, can it be separated or is there any conflict? I don't see any conflict on that at all. It will go hands on hands and two in a box together. There is no question or doubt about it. That is what it is. Because any enterprise wants to become profitable. To become a profitable, they have to embed sustainability practice. If they are not adopting, as Satish told, they will perish or they will be out by their competition. Their peers will go ahead and acquire the market, and they will be behind the behind. So the what right now the measure intention or measurement of the CXO, if any enterprise is looking for as an organization, earlier people used to see there are two in that dashboard there are two lines always. Any CXO measures, whether it is CEO, CFO, or COO, any CXO measures two lines for their business. Basically, mostly in the case of CEO dashboard, there are two lines are prominent, which is a red line and blue line. One is for profitability and one is for revenue. But right now, in the current scenario, one more line has been added, which is green line. And that green line will measure whether you are profitable or not, or whether your revenue is increasing or not. If your green line is going high and up, then your revenue will also go up, your profitability will go up. So the mantra is green line will drive both red line and blue line.
Wonderful. That's a great note to end on. Add the green line to your dashboard. And as Satish said, think 50 years ahead for your business, not 2-3 years. Think 50 years ahead for the planet. As Satish said, we are running out of time. So thanks so much, Satish and Chittaranjan, for a very great discussion. This is something that's absolutely needed for both businesses and the planet. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again sometime. Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Suji, for hosting us. Thank you very much, Times Techie.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.